What's up, YouTube? This is going to be our guide on how to use Jolteon in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. I'll be providing competitive movesets and some fun meme movesets too. If there's a Pokemon you'd like to see me cover, put it below in the comment section of the video. And if you like these type of things, they help you think, drop a like on the video and let's get into it. So, Jolteon is a very nice speedy special attacker. Look at that speed, 130 base in there, and we got 110 special attack. Apart from that, all its stats is sort of just, average. Like, all right, special defense, I guess, but everything else is kind of average. As for abilities, we've got Volt Absorb and Quick Feet. I feel like most of the time you're going to be using Volt Absorb, but there are occasions where you could possibly run Quick Feet as well, so I will have a look at some of them. So, let's have a look at a Choice Specs Jolteon. Now, this could definitely work for singles and doubles as well. I can definitely see it working for both. There are some other different double shenanigans that you can do with Jolteon, so I will kind of go into that. Now, just a little mention, you could run Jolteon on a rain team as well, so if you have something like, let's say, Pelipper, that could work well too, so you can get rid of, like, Thunderbolt and give it Thunder, so that's another option too. This EV spread I've got here, let's have a look. So we've got Choice Specs as the item. Max Special Attack EV and Max Speed with Timid Nature. So there's not many things that are going to be able to outspeed you. I think there's like, 5 or 6 Pokemon that might be able to outspeed you at the moment. So it's a very, very quick Pokemon. We've got Thunderbolt as its main stab there. You can go for Thunder if you want. It is risky because you can miss and then you're locked into it. Volt Switch is a very, very good pivot move. So if you just want to check what the opponent's going to do, get some easy chip damage, then swap it back in. Say, for example, you've got a Pokemon out there. You can't one-shot them, but if you go for Volt Switch, you can do some damage there, sack a Pokemon off you no longer need, then swap it back in and go for Thunderbolt. Then that's a good way of using it, or just checking moves and lots of other, useful things there. And the other moves we got here is Terra Blast. Now, this can run a couple of okay Terras. So Terra Ice is pretty good because you can have that hit ground-type Pokemon, which is quite handy, grass-type Pokemon. So it does give you good coverage, dragon Pokemon. So it gives you some very, very nice coverage for sure. Like, stuff like Garchomp, like that's going to be very good for Garchomp. Most of the time, Garchomp would get off, just go Earthquake against you, and you've been completely, destroyed. So if you got Terra Blast Ice, you're good to go. Shadow Ball is pretty much just a coverage move. So, yeah, if you need to use that against a Ghost-type Pokemon, maybe something really tanky that's a Ghost, you can keep going for that. And at least that's that special defense chance of dropping. Ability I've done is Volt Absorb. Now, another thing you can do here as well, I always like doing these. You can go Terra Water, and that still hits ground. And then, say if someone tries to use an electric move on you, you're going to get healed because you got Volt Absorb. So, or at least you can actually stop them using any electric moves too. So, if you've got a rain team, that's great. Jolteon is great on rain teams for sure because it can abuse Thunder in the rain. Plus, it's got Volt Absorb too. So, any sort of rain team you can think of, Jolteon will fit into. Okay. So, yeah, there's a couple of options there for Terra. I've actually done a rain team one here as well. So, let's say, as I mentioned already, Pelipper is definitely a good Pokemon. You could run alongside this. Any rain Pokemon would be good. So, Pelipper or Swift Swim Pokemon, Rain Dish, all those sort of rain Pokemon are going to work very, very well. We got Thunder, of course. Weather Ball's going to turn into a water-type move in the rain, so it's going to be very, very powerful. And you could even have Terra-type Water with Volt Absorb as well. That'd be a very, very powerful Weather Ball, so kind of nice. Shadow Ball as well, and I popped on Rain Dance there. Look, you could have it or not have it. It is what it is, right? But I think it would be kind of a good little backup as well. Or you could put something on maybe Calm Mind or Sub or something like that. But yeah, you could have Rain Dance on there. Another interesting thing as well, it does get sunny days. So I don't know if you probably don't want to use it in a sun team, but especially with Thunder, but maybe if you want to drop Thunder and put a Thunderbolt on it, you might be able to slide it onto a Sun team if you really want to, you know what I mean? Just thought I'd say that, but yeah. Definitely best on a rain team for sure. Same sort of EV spread there. Timid Nature, max special attack and max speed. And Life Orb for maximum damage output. They'll be doing crazy amounts of damage in the rain for sure. But yeah, same sort of terrors as before. Now, Jolteon is a speedy sweeper. And this does have access to Calm Mind, which is very, very good. So it already has a nice special attack stat as it is. And with that Calm Mind, you can easily get a Calm Mind off most of the time. It is the only thing about Jolteon, it is frail though, so you have to watch out when you set this move up because it does not take physical moves very well. Even special moves, it doesn't take them very well. So just make sure you've got a chance to set up. So on something fairly passive, or something that's maybe locked into like an electric move, or an opposing electric Pokemon could be good as well. Swap into a Thunder Wave. There's a whole bunch of things there that you can do. So of course, any partners of the water type Pokemon are always very, very good. And water and flying Pokemon make great partners, So that's going to be a great sort of partner there. We're already running singles, doubles, or whatever rules. So we got Calm Mind, Thunderbolt, Terra Blast, Ice. You can actually run this on an ice, with the snow team as well if you really wanted to. You may as well, because that'll make you more tanky. So if you've got a snow team and you need a fast special attacker, you could put Jolteon on there. That'll give it a little bit of extra defense as well with the being an ice type and snow. So something to think about. You could run it in rain or snow. If you really want to run in the sun, you can too. We got Substitute. Substitute's not bad because you can go for Sub, Calm Mind. You got T-Bolt and Terra Blast. I've got Heavy Duty Boost as the item because Jolteon does rely a lot on its speed. So if there's any entry hazards around, specifically singles, like Sticky Web or Stealth Rocks or Spikes and annoying things like that that are going to wear you down or slow you down, that's going to be a good remedy for that. Another thing you could have on there is Air Balloon. I still feel that Heavy Duty Boots is better all around because you can still get around just going Terra Ice or swap into another Pokemon. The good thing about a flying Pokemon as a partner is the flying Pokemon can swap into the ground type move, and then Jolteon can swap into the electric type move. So it's not too bad there, right? So I would suggest something like Corviknight's a good partner as well. I'll do some more partners in a sec. Now let's have a look at doubles because there's a couple of little double strategies and stuff to think about here. So with Jolteon, I would absolutely run this on rain teams. Why wouldn't you? So I would have a Pelipper as a partner. I'll just get rid of this one for a sec there. So definitely a Pelipper because Pelipper's going to be setting up the rain with Drizzle. So that's going to be very, very good. If you just type in, there's a lot of Pokemon sorry, I can't spell. Swift Swim here. So there's a lot of Swift Swim Pokemon, and a lot of these do run on rain teams. So any of those Pokemon are going to be very, very good for sure as a partner. Or you could just go, let's have a look at some water Pokemon for sure. So, Dondozo, that'd be very, very good. A very good partner as well. Because being a water Pokemon, it literally has 2 weaknesses. And, you've got Jolteon that can actually deal with any of those electric moves, which is good. Some other stuff here, you've got a Samurott, that could be Toxapex, There's so many good Pokemon it can actually work with. We'll go flying here. Let's bring up flying. So I did say Corviknight because Corviknight can dodge those ground type moves, and since it's weak to electric, you could swap in Jolteon for that. So that's not too bad at the same time as well. And yeah, that'd be quite a good partner there for sure. But there's a couple of other ones there you could use too. So onto doubles. So I'd be using this on a rain team for sure. Another electric type you could have on the rain team as well, just thinking about it, could be Killer Wattrel. That could work too, just thinking. And then you could, you get that rain team going. So you got Protect, we got Weather Ball, which is going to be a water type move. Thunder in the Rain, Terra Electric, which is very, very powerful. And I put Rain Dance on there as well. Just due to the fact that maybe you'll have to set the rain up again. Also, a good item I found on Jolteon in doubles is Covert Cloak. Simply, it just gets around any of those fake out users that flinch you, you know what I mean? So, obviously, you're going to outspeed them, but if Fake Out hits you, you're pretty much screwed because it's very, very frail and it's going to go down like, say, Fake Out, then Earthquake, or Fake Out, high horsepower or something like, you're dead, basically. So that's a great item to have. It gets around any of those Fake Out flinches or any flinches in general, per se. So, yeah, I'd run the EVs. The EVs on Jolteon do not really change. I feel like you don't need anything else in Special Attack and Speed on the special one. And Timid Nature. Timid Nature works fine. If you really want more damage output, I guess you can go for Modest, but you do lose out on a fair bit of speed, and then you're going to start getting outsped, so I probably wouldn't recommend that one. But yeah, so Terra type Electric is another one. Ice, we mentioned this already. Water, there's loads of them you can do. If it's on a rain team, you can either go Water or Electric. They'll work very, very well for sure. Now, in doubles as well, I want to do like another one. So let's just do one right now. I have to mention the move Discharge, because Discharge is a really cool move. So you could either have like a similar moveset. Actually, we'll do it on the one we've already got. You could have it on, instead of Rain Dance, you could double up with Discharge too. Now, the reason I say this is you could run it along with another Pokemon that has Volt Absorb too. So if you got a couple of Rain Pokemon, then maybe a couple of Electric types, or you got a Ground type, say Gastrodon. Aha. Gastrodon would be very good too. So, you've got Storm Drain as well. So you've got like a Stay, a Storm Drain, Gastrodon on there, and you've got your Jolteon with Discharge. So you could go for Discharge as well, and that wouldn't affect the Gastrodon being its ground type, and you could still, get your strategies going there. So that'd be quite good, Discharge. And you could also heal your partner up if they had Volt Absorb too. So let's have a look there. We got Volt Absorb. Let's see how many we got here for starters. Oh, Volt Absorb. So there are you've got Thundurus, Therian. We got Kilowattrel. You got Pawmon as well. So you got a couple of other. You got Pachirisu. So there are a couple of Volt Absorb Pokemon. But you could run it along with ground types as well. And I said that pretty much the best one there. I'd say would be Gastrodon. You have other things like Landorus and things like that too. So yeah, so some other Pokemon you could possibly go with. I would say Gastrodon would be one of the best ones really. But if you got any more partners and strategies, let me know. But yeah, I quite like these moves for sure. You got Weather Ball, and I'm not saying as well you can't use this Specs one in doubles too. You absolutely can, but I'm just trying to do some extra stuff there. So you got some like other options for Jolteon, but that's another thing. You could do this cool strategy too. If you look at like, say for example, you've got like maybe an Annihilate. It kind of reminds me of if you take your mind back to doubles a long time ago. You've got like Cottony and Terrakion. You could use, but how you use Beat Up, for example, on Terrakion with Whimsicott. And you can boost his attack that way with Justified. I was thinking you could do something similar like with Jolteon here with Pin Missile and, for example, Annihilate. That'd be really, really powerful for sure with like Rage Fist. So say you had these two, for example, you had Rage Fist. So every time it's going to get hit by Pin Missile, and you could give it loaded dice as well. So loaded would hit 4 to 5 times. So Pin Missile is going to be like super weak on Annihilate, so that would give it like lots of Rage Fish like boosts. And then you've still got Thunderbolt and Terra Blast Water or Ice and Protect and stuff like that. So yeah, just another, don't know why that's attack for, special attack. Yeah, that's another way you could run it too with like an Annihilate partner or something. It's just, there's many little things you can do, but Pin Missile is quite a unique move, especially like for Annihilate, because you could boost its attack and stuff like that. I've tried this out, it does work pretty well. So, the Jolteon's going to go first and Pin Missile, and then you can just load up this Annihilate. It's definitely a Pokemon you could use. If you don't want to do that, if you feel like your Jolteon's going to faint, you can probably go Sash on there. That would probably work too. So another option. Another good Pokemon you could run. I think I mentioned Dondozo already, but yeah, Dondozo would make a nice partner too, for sure. But yeah, there's so many good Pokemon that can run with Jolteon. People like their little evolution teams and stuff as well, so you can have other cool stuff like that. Yes, Flame Orb. So this is a pretty funny. So say I did something similar like this before, but not with Jolteon. I've done it before with copycat Pokemon. This is very gimmicky, by the way, so just some gimmicks here. So say, for example, you had something like... just thinking for a sec. Say you had a Pokemon that had Belly Drum that was very, very slow or something like that. I'm just going to pick it out. So you could have something like Belly Drum on this. Right? You got Belly Drum, and then you've got like... obviously... You want to be able to swap this out. So we could have Belly Drum and then swap it out. Oh, no, but say if you made the last move Belly Drum that you used, and then you got the Jolteon to copycat it, that could use Belly Drum and Facade with Flame Orb, and then have Quick Feet as well as to boost its speed. That'd be pretty cool. Or you could have, just trying to make use of this here, so go Toxic Orb. Toxic Orb would allow it to... be very, very fast, and you could actually make it bulkier too, so max health and max attack. And with Quick Feet, you've got 1.5, so yeah, it's still going to be very, very fast for sure. So you've got Copycat, and then you got Facade. It doesn't have much of a physical move pool, I'll give you that, but at least it might be able to do something. You could have like, let's see if Terra Blast even works on there. Ooh, it does. So you got 251. Yeah. Okay, so we got Terra Blast. Get rid of normal. Let's give it some coverage, I guess. So Terra Blast, Ice, or Grass would be interesting. That'd be interesting. So we go Terra Blast, Grass. Quagsire is a good counter for Jolteon as well. If you have got like Terra Blast, Grass, they'll completely destroy it. So we've got Facade, Terra Blast, Grass, and we could give it Wild Charge. I know it doesn't get very many, it's not that great a physical Pokemon at all, but this could be fun, you know? So you could have like a cool physical Flareon set there, and with Quick Feet at the same time. And Facade is going to be double base power, so you got 140. That's why I had normal there before, so you could maybe try and do something cool like that for Jolteon. Let me bring up some of its moves here. So we've gone over some teammates, we've gone over some counters. Yeah, we've gone over counters. It's not hard to counter Jolteon, really. Any like bulky special defensive Pokemon are going to cause Jolteon so many issues, right? Because it can't really do much aside from that. Like, what it'll end up doing is it'll just spam Thunderbolt or use Volt Switch and swap out. That's all it can really do. So that's how you shut that down. Ground Pokemon are good, but you just have to watch out for like what if it's gonna Terra. You can bait Jolteon out though if you swap in like a ground type Pokemon, and you can swap it in, then swap it out. A lot of the time, you can bait a Terra, like a Terra Ice or Terra Grass or Terra Water. Say if you had something like Garchomp, there's always ways like that. The thing about Jolteon as well, its move pool is very limited, so it doesn't really do anything new and exciting, right? It's either got Thunderbolt, Volt Switch, Terra Blast, Shadow Ball. It's not going to run too much outside of that, right? On the special side. So let's bring up its other moves here. Let's discuss a couple other things here. I like to go over everything. So we'll bring up its status move. So, oh, yeah, of course. So it does get agility, which you probably think might be useless on it. But I got a good meme set here. So we got agility and we got the move Electro Ball. So Electro Ball is going to have more base power the faster you are on the target. So you could have something like this and then agility and make it like... I'd probably give it modest still. So like modest and then agility. You could go agility and Electro Ball. You could even do some like crazy... This is memes, by the way, obviously. You even give it some crazy like power boost there with electric terrain. Maybe you want to give it like electric seed as well. To be a little bit tankier. Or no, we'll give it... You know what we'll give? We'll give it the mighty magnet. You know, we got that magnet and Terra Blast. So that way you can... That way you can actually hit something else that's ground, so you can get ice on there as well. So look at that. And it's a Pip Night special, people. So there you go. Agility Electro Ball. Electro is a really neat move, and of course it works very nicely on fast Pokemon. But you've got to be faster than the target. And say if you're a fast Pokemon and you use it against a slow Pokemon, it's going to do more. But if it's a fast Pokemon and you're a fast Pokemon, it's going to do donkeys, basically, in layman's terms. So yeah, there's that. Let's bring that back in. I just thought I'd mention Electro Ball because it is kind of niche. We got Carmine, we got Curse, so you might be able to do some sort of stored power set if you want to. Like I said, a lot of the moves used or learned by all the evolutions are very, very similar, apart from their respective type moves that, say, for example, electric moves here. So we get Thunder Wave, Wish Yawn. You could... I don't think Jolteon's really too much cut out for bulk that much. Maybe on the special side. You got Copycat, which can be an interesting move as well, like a speedy Copycat, as I mentioned before. You got some other gimmicks like Fake Tears, Help. I don't think you really need to use Helping Hand because Jolteon's definitely not really a support poke. It's definitely like a powerful special attacker. As I mentioned, you got Rain Dance there as well. You might be able to do Rain Dance and Sunny Day with Weather Ball. There's some other options if you really want to run that. Another good partner for Jolteon too is Gyarados, because Gyarados definitely draws out electric moves, and it's also a flying Pokemon too, so it can get around those ground moves. So another great partner there. You might be able to set something up with Gyarados, like a Moxie Sweep or something like that, if you time everything correctly. So that's another good partner there. But yeah, I think there's many other flying and water Pokemon. I'm thinking like Swanna. I don't think many people are going to use Swanna, but yeah, you got flying water. Okay, Cramorant. You got Cramorant as well. I don't know how much people use I like Cramorant. It's a cool Pokemon. But yeah, so that's like Mantime I was going to say Mantime, but that's not in the game. But yeah, any flying Pokemon or water can like bait that out. Pelipper's really good because it virtually sets Jolteon up, and then it can literally just go U-turn and go into Jolteon. It's perfect, so free reign, basically. But yeah, back to Jolteon here. Some last sort of minute thoughts and stuff like that. Let's bring up its moves. Okay, we got Charge. Charge is like gimmicky, I guess. Eerie Impulse is very gimmicky too. There's not much much you can really do with that. Yeah, that's pretty much it for its status moves there. Let's bring up its special moves. Now, we've gone over Discharge and doubles. It can be very, very... It's good with, I don't know if... I'm going to say this in case it comes back into the game. So, Motor Drive Pokemon. So, just in case DLC releases Electivire, I think Zebstrika's in the trailer, or a Mulga. You could use Motor Drive with Electivire, Zebstrika, and Mulga. So that's another great little move there with Discharge, decrease the speed of these Pokemon. Sometimes you can do that with like a Pokemon that's, it's reasonably fast already, so you can load them up on, say they're primarily a physical attacker, you load them up on Adamant, and then because you can boost their speed already, you can use Zebstrika like specials, stuff like that, to think about too. I hope we get those Pokemon back. So Jolteon, that's what I was going to discuss. So, yep, so we got its special moves. We've gone over pretty much everything here. Terra Blast, I've discussed what Terras I think are the best there. We got electric, ice, water, grass. Coverage, really. Thunderbolt, Volt Switch. Weather Ball's good for rainy teams or weather teams. Electro Ball, we had a little bit of a look at that. Yeah, there's not a lot there. And of course, finally, its physical moves. It actually has quite a few. We did talk about stuff like Pin Missile on Pokemon like Annihilate, boosting up its Rage Fish. You could do that. Another interesting one you could use it for as well. I know this is like highly specific. Let's say you had something like with Rattled. We'll go Rattled. So say... Oh, that's not a bad example because Dunsparce is very, very slow. Let's say you had a slow Pokemon, like Dunsparce, that's is very slow, right? If you hit this, with some Pin Missiles, that's going to boost up its speed, so you can make Dunsparce really fast but bulky at the same time. So there's some interesting things like that. Let's bring up its physical. So there wasn't too much. The best electric move it gets is Wild Charge, and that's pretty much it. There's not too much else here. You might be able to do some Terra Normal fun sets and stuff like that. For some reason, it gets False Swipe. I don't know why it gets that. Anyway, people, that's pretty much it for Jolteon. Primarily, Jolteon is a great, speedy, special attacking Pokemon, which works very, very well with Choice Specs, Calm Mind, and it can work very nicely on rain teams there in combinations with Discharge and different abilities and synergies on teams. That's pretty much it, people. Earlier on, I did another guide, and that was... Oh, what evolution was that on? That was on Umbreon, so check that out if you haven't already, and I'll catch you next time. We might finish the other one or two. I think we've got a couple more left, but we might finish them in the next couple of days. Alright, people, if you enjoyed it, drop a like on the video, drop a comment below if you want to see a certain Pokemon, and I'll catch you next time. Peace out.